Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'd like for y'all to imagine being a Jehovah Witness, or you are a Jehovah Witness. Because what I'm going to bring out is going to open your eyes up and realize something is wrong with this religion that you are in, that I was in. I recorded a talk, and this talk, it mentioned many things that this elder is trying to tell you what you are not supposed to do and where you are supposed to put your loyalty, where and how in Jehovah's Witnesses religion. So I want you to imagine the brother you hear is this brother here. Just imagine. And I will explain at the end who or why I have this picture of this elder. So, what I'm trying to explain, could you imagine spiritual whipping by the elders, or getting lashes by all the elders just coming into the meetings, and they will tie you to two posts and whip you, your wife, and your children for real or spiritual whipping? Why I am making this harsh and cruel? Because people, you have no you don't realize how dangerous cults are. They are dangerous. I was raised in this religion. I know about fear of Watchtower's teaching. I know the fear of looking over your back and seeing your brother or sister trying to catch you in a mistake so they can turn you into the elders, so you can get a spiritual whipping by the elders. So I'm going to play this talk, and we will take it from there.
Problem develops when we bring so many things into our life that now it begins to affect our spirituality. And so the world, of course, it has all kinds of things to keep you busy. You know, there's clubs and classes and groups and events and social functions and community affairs and sports and television. And, you know, then we can do things around the home. We can add and we can expand. And, you know, it's just endless of the choices that we have. Televisions and computers and stereos. And you can just, it's an endless list of things we can choose from. But if we're getting the sense of the kingdom, then we'll be able to keep our lives simple enough so that we find ourselves not saying, well, you know, I realize I should be doing more, but I just don't have time. If we find ourselves saying that, brothers, have you ever caught yourself saying that? Oh, you know, I meant to do my Watchtower stuff, I just don't have time. If that happens, then we have to start to ask ourselves, is it my heart? Why? Why is this happening? You see, because that's a heart condition. Now, maybe we want to look at it like this for a moment. You see, if you were diagnosed with kidney failure and you were asked to go on dialysis or told you had to go on dialysis, would you do that? Probably. life. So you'd be willing to do that. Now, if in fact somebody said to you, now, in order to do that, though, you're going to have to drive to Brandon every day for dialysis, what would you do? Would you say, Brandon? Every day? No way. I'm just going to lay right down here and die. I'm not driving to Brandon. No, we wouldn't do that, would we? In fact, we would probably make some real dramatic changes in our life. We would be willing to stop doing whatever it would take in order for us to be able to get there every day. In fact, maybe you might even decide, look, if I've got to go to Brandon every day, I might as well sell my home or get out of this apartment and I'm going to move to Brandon because that makes far more sense. You would do whatever it would take. But notice what it tells us in 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16. Because that's very much like the situation we're in, brothers. In 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 16.
I'm going to pause it right there. He's putting fear, just like this man, snapping his whip. And you know, his end of his whip is going to make its target right on your back, your legs, your arms. That is the job of elders. These elders do what the governing body tells them to do, to whip you in shape so you will obey their teaching and do their bidding for the governing body. Let's continue.
It says, pay constant attention to yourself and to your teaching. Now, Paul was counseling Timothy here to pay attention to spiritual things, wasn't he? That's what he's talking about. And then, he goes on to say, stay by these things, for by doing this, you will save yourself. Isn't that interesting? See, spiritual things means our life. It's just like the dialysis machine. And we need to be prepared to do whatever it takes in order to make sure that we keep up with that. And if you recall, the Kingdom Ministry of September 93 told us what the minimum requirement would be if we were going to be able to maintain our spirituality. And I'll just refresh you as to what it said there. It mentioned reading our daily text, keeping up with our Bible reading program in the Theocratic School, preparing for the congregation book study and the Watchtower study, and of course that would also include prayer and attending all meetings and assemblies, and of course we would have to have time for participating in the ministry. You see, they said that's a minimum requirement. Now, if we look at our life and we say, yes, I can't keep that up, then brothers, be careful, because probably, just as Jesus was pointing out there, that's a heart problem, because we've replaced other things in the time slot we need to do just the minimum in order to stay healthy spiritually. So Jesus was outlining that for us when he talked about that heart condition. I should have told you to keep your finger in Matthew 13, but if you did, good. If not, please, let's go back to Matthew 13 for a moment. Keep your finger in there. I just want to relate an experience to you about a sister who found herself in that situation. See, she was...
I'm going to stop it there. Basically, the way he's going to talk about, there was a sister that was only getting 2 hours a month. And the reason why she was only getting 2 hours a month, because she loved decorating cakes, and she was making a living decorating cakes. And so she had to give up something that she was making money so she could have money to help her finance and pay her bills. And these elders whipped her in shape so she slow down to few cakes or stop decorating cakes so she can get out in field service more. Now, remember when I mentioned this brother was the one giving the talk? Do you recognize him? He's the one that's holding the whip. He's the one that's holding the spiritual whip. This man is or was an elder. Not only he was telling Jehovah Witnesses how they are supposed to apply themselves and not to enjoy life. This man also was enjoying his control on your children. This man, this elder, is a pedophile. Can you imagine an elder that was forcing his power, his whip, on your children in the Kingdom Hall? Don't take my word for what these elders has done. Go to YouTube channel Jakke Control. You'll hear testimony of elders saying that they was being obedient to the Watchtower's headquarters, calling them when they had a pedophile like this elder that was using his power, his whip on your children. Spiritual whip. So please visit his channel. They had so many elders on there, and your special guest, Jeffrey Jackson, governing body, was there to see his father in Australia. His father was sick, and they pulled him into court. Jehovah's Witnesses, you have no idea the control, or anyone that wants to learn about Jehovah's Witnesses religion, you better find out their secret lies in their own literature. The false predictions that the world was going to end too many times. And those elders that's supposed to help you, to guide you and strengthen you spiritually, they are beating the crap out of you with Watchtower's false teaching. They're wearing you down financially, physically, mentally. And when you finally wake up and realize everything we have done in these videos, you will realize Jehovah's Witnesses religion and Jehovah's Witnesses in a cult. Capital C, capital U, capital L, capital T. I know I was in it. Others has been in it. Elders has a job, and their job is to keep you under Watchtower's control. Take every enjoyment, pleasure out of your life to obey those 7 men who controls the Watchtower. Please, people, wake up. Thank you.